Hey, welcome back to my channel, His Love, Her Home, where we talk about all things homeschool, motherhood, and faith. Today is one of my 5-minute of motherhood videos. So today's question is how to get babies to sleep through the night. Mama, I know you want to sleep, so let's talk about it. So, mamas, the biggest thing about getting our babies to sleep through the night is their comfort. They want to be comfortable. So, number one, you need to make sure that your babies are full and eating a good amount so that they sleep through the night. Now, if you're a breastfeeding mom, this might be a little bit harder, but I would advise to make sure that you feed from one side, burp, and feed from the other side. And if they fall asleep, have a little wipe or a little wet cloth and just keep tapping their face or their mouth so that they are actually pulling and getting milk. Now, if your child is past the breastfeeding stage or they're having some solids, just make sure that you throw in something in their dinner meal like oatmeal or something a little bit heavy. You don't even have to do a lot of it in their evening meal so that they can have a full tummy. Number two, you need to make sure that they have on a clean diaper, that their sheets are clean and flat and not bunchy, so when they lay, they are comfortable, their breathing is comfortable, and nothing is in the way of them and the bed sheet so that they are comfortable. Number three, comfortable PJs. Sometimes babies don't want to be too tight. Sometimes babies love to be tight, which is why, thanks to whoever created the swaddle, you're the best. You can swallow them up in a blanket, or some like to have their arms out. But if they still like to scratch, just stick those little mittens on their hands and they'll be all right through the night. The next thing to do to make them comfortable is the environment in their room. Make sure that the temperature in the room is not too hot and not too cold. 68 is definitely a great temperature for babies to sleep in. If it gets a little colder outside and you know you gotta jump that heat up a little bit, you yourself should feel whatever you're comfortable at, most likely your baby is comfortable at. But some babies do just have a higher body temperature. So sometimes your temperature of comfort is already over their comfort. They like to sleep in cooler temperatures. So you just have to get used to the way your baby sleeps. This next one is for like toddlers and older kids. Bedtime, getting them to sleep through the night, especially for toddlers. You have to pick a time of the day where there is no more sugar. That means water with dinner, no sugary snacks after. I myself, as a mom, I like to put the sugar after lunch. So whatever you do after lunch, you're gonna burn it off. It's gonna burn out. And even still, some kids these days, they have an infinity of energy. It keeps going and going and going. So sometimes you can't even have that. The next thing would be the light that you keep in the room. One thing I can say, if you are a parent that likes to sleep in the dark, put your kids in the dark. Don't be scared. There's so many contraptions today and things where you can see straight into the room, even into the dark. If you don't want them to grow up with a nightlight, don't start with the nightlight. If you don't mind them having a nightlight, hey, put a nightlight in the room. The baby will and your child will get used to everything that you do in their room to prepare them for bedtime. And the last thing, of course, leading up to all of this would be their bedtime routine. You have to have a bedtime routine. Do you need to do the routine every night? When they're little? Yes. When they're a little bit older? Yes. Even now, when my kids are older? Yes. They get used to the routine, which helps bedtime become an easier transition for you as a mom, and it makes the night less chaotic before you wind down and get your time to relax. Number one, make sure they're full. Number 2, make sure their diaper is clean. Number 3, make sure they're comfortable in their PJs and in their bed and that the temperature is right. Number 6, those sugary drinks and foods before bedtime, right after lunch, not close to bedtime. Keep it like that. Number 7, choose whether the room is going to be light or dark. And number 8, make sure you're keeping a bedtime routine. And if you would like to learn about how to make a bedtime routine for your child, hit that subscribe button and don't miss out what I have for you next time. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.